and marinating on this is, do you feel like your partner should be the one person in the world that you share your everything with, like your all your thoughts, the everything's that are going on up here? And do you feel like it's reasonable that they always have to hold space for you? Okay,
Huh?
go. What? Huh?
Huh? Like, listen, I heard you. You said a lot of things there. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be rude. Yeah, no, no, yeah. It's nice, but that level of expectation and pressure is hard, bro. It's like
Yeah.
the one day you can't do it, it's gonna spiral into something. And it's good to have a multitude. It's good to share everything with them. Don't get me wrong. If that's what you feel like you want to share it to them, should they be receptive of that sharing? Yes, absolutely. They're your partner.
Right.
However,
Right.
and setting that and making that like a mandated expectation is wrong. No,
Right.
I mean, because it's like they may not even be able to reach you like somebody else could. Because
Right.
after a while, it's like I'll tell my girl, I'm still single, but I would tell my girl, yo, you're beautiful, but it don't mean nothing coming from me after how many longs we've been dating. But let
Right.
somebody else say it and they love it. So it's just like that. They're
Right.
not going to receive that information very well. So it's that. That's my opinion on it. I could be wrong. Anybody else got any suggestions on that? You go ahead and let us know. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I would love to hear more about what everyone in the comments was saying. Like, do you feel like your partner should be the one person that you share your everything up here with? Trish, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I like that because the other part to that is there's no one person that fulfilled all of us. So I feel like my relationships are all like I feed off of
Yeah.
whatever I'm reflecting type thing. So, um, the marriage complex, the dynamics are interesting because it depends once again on your background and what you've seen, what you've witnessed. So the ideal response would be like, no, that's ridiculous. Like we're healed. Like we get that now at this age, this level, but I don't think that's not what's being portrayed out there. So people really have some distortive ways of expectations because we're very like controlling, right? People are
Mm-hmm.
very controlling over human beings. It's very scary how controlling, they don't, they see the flesh, they judge your personality, they judge your character. Like it's already boxed in. So for you to like separate from that and understand that you get your heart is like kind of like with everyone, everywhere. You got to find it, you got to really like know, makes life easier as far as like, just feeling light and being able to share. But there's many times and places where you're not able to share, and so that person
Right.
ends up being the everything.
Right.
So, and I've seen it over and over, and I still see it till this day. Like it's beautiful when you don't have that, and you can totally be like connected and respect one another, and allows people to fly and recognize the gifts that everybody wins, right? But also understand that things look very differently for everybody.
And I think that last part is the most important because I remember getting into a relationship and being like, I want this person to be my everything. I want them to be my best friend. I want to tell them everything that's on my mind. And
That
then that person was like, no, you need to find somebody else. I don't have this. I can't hold this space for you. And I
Yeah.
was just like, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
expectations crushed. Okay. And for me, it was a big shock because it was like, but you're my person, so you're supposed to be my person.
Yeah.
And it took a lot for me to realize that just because this person isn't capable of holding space for me doesn't mean that they don't love me, doesn't mean that I'm too much, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that they don't have the space to contain all that I am. Okay. Like Trish said, nobody should have to be your everything. That's
I find it interesting
yeah.
now as a mom.
we
Like
want to be.
I remember my kids, they experienced that at fourth grade. The girls, the boy not so much just yet, but my girl, she experienced that fourth grade, thinking that her best friend was going to be her everything. And when she realized that there were groups of people and people were forming their cliques and people started separating, right? She experienced that, and I thought, oh man, how early do we go through that to the point where you just numb it, and so you do kind of cling on and latch on to things.
Right.
It's that mentality it's like you're my friend and you're my only friend and I have no other friends but
Very
you.
scary.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that phase you get. That's that phase you get as a kid, and then you eventually grow out of that. You learn from that,
Yeah,
and you like
let's hope so, right? Yeah.
you know. For some people, like I don't know anybody who's still in that phase of that mentality. That's a rough adulthood life you living right there. But yeah, so at some point you do grow out of it, and you do understand that everybody has their place. Everybody, like they say that old school, it takes a village to raise a child
Yeah.
in a family. So in that village, there's different people playing different roles in different parts. Now, Jordan, with your expectations of your relationship, there's nothing wrong with wanting that. However, the delivery aspect of it is a little bit upfront. A person's gonna be like, "Nah, I ain't with it." But it's like saying, like, "Oh, you my best friend." So when I come to you on something, whatever that may be, I feel safe and secure. I'm gonna talk to you about it. And sometimes you may just sit there to just listen. Cool. And then sometimes you may not be able to. Sometimes you may give me advice and everything else. That's cool too. But for us to be together, you that person that I'm gonna tell everything to. Not saying you got to be the first one to know it. Not saying you got to be the last one to know it. But I'm gonna come to you and talk to you about everything I'm feeling because I feel like you're my person and I want you to know this. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. Where the issue is like at the end of the day, it's the people get into relationships and it changes. The dynamic changes. You know what I mean? And it's very important that we need to be friends first. And a lot of people may say, nah, I don't do friends or I don't have sex with my friends. I mean, that's cool. Some of us do. But no, it's beyond that. It's understanding the connection of a friend is like you got some friends that are, they here today, gone tomorrow. And you got some friends that y'all ain't spoke to each other in years. But as soon as you hit up the phone, it's like you ain't miss a beat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Right.
Like it's flowing, it's going, it's taking off. And and to find that in a partnership and in a relationship is it's very important to have. But then if you don't have that, then that's fine. It's okay. That person we all come in seasons.
Yeah.
Some people own the crops of the land and some people get seasonal crops. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important for us to understand that not everybody is going to be, even the person that you think is your person is going to be that unless you had that conversation with them.
Right.
Like my last relationship and me talking to somebody now, it's like, listen, I like you. The vibe is good. But I see that you bring up a lot that we are very different people and that we are, but it ain't affecting us now. However, if it becomes a problem later on in the future, by all means, I'm not going to hold any grudges. I'm learning from you. You learning from me. This isn't a waste of time. We enjoying each other's company. Let's keep it like
Right.
that. Let's enjoy that. Whatever it may go to, because our intentions to each other is to be great with one another, right? But then there's so many things about us that are different.
Right.
But that's where the friendship comes into play because my friends are different from me. I'm a very crass, abrasive. I'm a live wire. I speak unapologetically, and I don't mean to hurt people's feelings. But when I see it, I'm aware that somebody's feelings are hurt. I will apologize to them, but I'm 100% not the nicest person. I'm not gonna lie. I have good intentions. My heart is pure. It means it has pure thoughts and pure meaning. But I'm the most crashed person in the world, but I have abundance of friends and they understand that about me. They know how to deal with me. They know how to handle me. They know how to, cause they choose, like I'm not begging anybody to stay with me
Right.
and I'm not begging to stay with anybody else, but they understand me and I understand them. And once you know how people are, you know how to deal with them. And going back to, like I said, I know I segued into a lot of different things, but it's like you wanting your own person to be your person. There's nothing wrong with that. To be your everything to talk to.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with wanting that. They just have to be willing. They got to like you and them have to understand that it's okay that every now and again, I may not have the answers for you. I may not even have the time or the space to give that to you right now, but I'm here for you. You
And
know what
I
I'm saying?
think that's a really important thing to recognize is just like you said, it's not because they don't want to, but some people legitimately can't. They do not have the space because they have so much going on, or they are in a space where they just can't hold space for you. And it's not fair, in my opinion. I don't believe it's fair for us to hold them to be mad at them or hold it against them because they're not capable of holding space. It's just not fair. It's like asking a Chevy to be a Ferrari and then being mad because it's not a Ferrari.
Mm.